You know that feeling when a great vacation is over? That perfect, peaceful calm you wish you could just bottle up and take with you into your daily routine? Well, what if you could? In this explainer, we're going to dive into how the simple, creative act of making something with your hands can actually become a powerful anchor for that very feeling.
And this idea from our source material, it just gets right to the heart of it all. See, the goal isn't just to remember the peace of a vacation. It's to make it a permanent part of your life. It's about transforming a fleeting feeling into something lasting. And this quote, it's really the key to understanding how.
Okay, so the story kicks off with a feeling I think we all know way too well. It's that little chill in the air that tells you summer is ending. It's that exact moment when the freedom of vacation starts to fade and you can hear the structure of your daily life starting to call you back.
Our source just paints such a vivid picture here. I mean, you can almost feel it, right? Imagine seeing a white mist rolling across the landscape, feeling that sudden chill in the evening air. It's the sound of a season changing. It's that feeling of total freedom giving way to a calendar that's already somehow filling up. The peaceful time is ending and, yeah, routine is knocking at the door.
And this, right here, leads to the big question we all face in those moments. As that sense of calm from vacation starts to slip away, how do we hold on to it? How do we stop that amazing feeling of serenity from just vanishing the second we're back in our busy lives?
So, what was the author's answer to this huge question? Well, it wasn't about fighting the change. It was about creating something real, something tangible, to hold on to that summer peace. She decided she was going to make an anchor.
And that anchor, it took the form of a really specific and deeply personal knitting project. She was inspired by a book she'd had since the early 2000s, and she decided to create this classic garment called a twinset. So right from the start, the whole project was just steeped in nostalgia.
You've definitely seen a twinset before, even if you didn't know the name. It's that classic, super elegant matching sweater and cardigan. And look, choosing this wasn't random at all. For the author, it was a deliberate act of nostalgia. It was a way to connect with a timeless style and make the entire project feel deeply, deeply personal. But this whole thing wasn't just about, picking a pattern and starting to knit. Oh no. The creative journey itself was a total roller coaster. And it started with a major, major hurdle.
So the whole process really had 4 distinct stages. It started with that nostalgic inspiration. But then came the first massive challenge, trying to adapt a really delicate lace pattern, one made for hand knitting, to work on a machine. And that led to a huge setback. We're talking constantly dropping stitches, struggling for days. But right out of that frustration came this amazing breakthrough, a totally new hybrid method that combined the machine with manual techniques.
And believe me, that struggle was real. Just to get the technique right, she went through 400 grams of yarn and failed attempts. I mean, just think about all the unraveling and starting over that represents. Wow.
She actually blames some of this on what she calls her engineer's mindset. You know the type, right? The person who just jumps right in without reading the instructions. And yeah, while that totally caused the initial frustration, it also forced her to invent a unique solution completely from scratch.
But here it is, the payoff for all that persistence. After she perfected her new method, she could knit an entire back piece of the sweater in just 3 hours. All that frustration had finally turned into flow.
So this whole journey, challenging, frustrating, and in the end, so rewarding, it led to this incredibly powerful realization. The project wasn't really about what she was making, it was about why she was making it.
And this right here, this is the light bulb moment of the entire story. She writes, "I realized knitting the twinset was my way of extending the vacation period. It was never really about the clothes. It was about finding a way to make a state of mind last longer."
And this is where the value just completely shifts. The finished twinset, that wasn't the goal anymore. The real purpose, the real vacation extension, was the meditative, focused process of creation itself.
Okay, and this is where her personal story gives us a universal lesson. It basically provides a blueprint for how any of us can intentionally carry feelings of peace and joy from one part of our life right into another.
So here's how we can actually apply this. First,
Find a project that genuinely inspires you, something that has real personal meaning. Second, you've got to embrace the entire journey. That means the frustrating parts, the mistakes, because that's where the breakthroughs live. Third, shift your focus from the final product to the feeling you're creating through the process. And finally, go make that tangible thing that will serve as your physical reminder of that piece.
So, we'll leave you with the final reflective question that was posed in the source material. As you move between the different seasons of your own life, how do you make your daily world truly your own? And do you, or maybe, could you, do it by hand?